Guy Code with Rena Osware.
Welcome to another episode of The Guy Code. I am Rena Osware. Now, on this episode, we're going to be talking about the ways she tests you. Now, I'm doing this episode because of a term in the manosphere called shit tests. Now, shit tests are actually tests that women do on men so that she might know if you really are what you present yourself to be. Okay, so these are tests that she will do mostly subconsciously just to test if you really are, one, who you present yourself to be, and two, the kind of person or the kind of man she wants to be associated with. Now, the good thing is this, guys. If she is testing you, it means she is attracted and interested in you. Okay, that means that you are at least you've reached the second level of the interview, because that the first one was, of course, physical attraction, seeing if you're one physically appealing. Now the second point now is she's now checking into your personality. So guys, for those ladies who say, oh, looks doesn't matter, I always go for personality, let me tell you the truth is you can't see someone's personality from the get-go. People who have great personality but she's not physically attracted to are in the friend zone. That's the truth. If you have a great personality but she's just not attracted to you that way, you will always be that quote-unquote funny guy and you'll be in the friend zone. But if she is attracted to you and interested in you, she will test you to check, now, do you really have the personality, since you already reached the looks standard. Okay, so if she's attracted and interested in you, she will test you. However, guys, there is actually some women who will just over test. Okay, this test isn't supposed to be very rigorous. The ones who will over test means she's insecure. She doesn't trust herself because she made poor judgments in the past. Okay, so this is the kind of girl who maybe even on the second date she really wants to know, okay, what about your ex? Are you still talking to your ex? Are you close? Are you friends? So that means she doesn't really trust herself because she made poor judgments in the past and got cheated on or got deceived, and she said, oh, this won't happen again, I will be extra careful so that they won't, so that I don't get played again. And that will cause her to over test, right? And such a lady is very insecure, and you don't need that kind of lady in your life. Now, as I said in the beginning, is that she will test because she wants to know if you really are who you present yourself to be. Okay, as guys, when you're going to meet a girl, cold approach or anything, we usually have our best foot forward. Okay, so she's just trying to get, are you just really making impressions, or are you really like this? So this is what differentiates the pickup community with the red pill manosphere. The pickup community know how to give an impression of a high value man. It will work in the moment and get you temporary satisfaction, but the red pill will actually make you become a high value man, so that you actually have that value. You don't have to project it or give an impression of it. So she will test to see if you're really making an impression, or if you really are that high value man you present yourself to be. Okay, so here are 4 things I want to share with you guys about tests that she will test you. Number 1, she could push your trigger points. Right, maybe you're going on the first date and you're sharing, you become some of the interests you have, some of the things you're really passionate about, and she might just try and disagree, try and poke some fun, mock on it, just try and see some trigger points, some things that you take really close to heart. How would you react if she just tends to mock them a little bit, maybe disagree a little bit? How will you react? And the first thing you have to know, guys, is that women want to feel secure. That is their primal need. Okay, their primal need is to feel secure. So if you react emotionally, in an outburst, you say, oh, why do you want to do this, and why are you saying like that, you shouldn't say like that. It'll make her feel unsafe. Immediately it'll ring a bell in her that said, oh, this is unsafe territory, I need to get to a safe territory, right? So it will send an alarm that this is unsafe, you are not emotionally stable, and you can't give her security. So if she feels unsafe, you will definitely get rejected, because she only wants a high value man who make her feel safe. So if she puts some trigger points, if she makes fun of some of the passions you have, just brush it off. You can even laugh about it, or you can just make a playful comment about it, to show that it really hasn't stuck on you. She threw the shade, it just rolled off your back. It's nothing to you, because you have better things to think about. It's a small thing. You don't sweat such stuff. So that shows your high value, if you don't sweat the small stuff, right? So number 2 is jealousy, right? She might use jealousy to test you. Okay, there's a toxic way to do it and a good way. There's a good way. Probably she can ask, maybe she can actually, I've heard some ladies maybe compares, like, oh, how do I compare to maybe other people? Okay, what kind of girl you like? Okay, what do you think of so and so? What do you think of this and this girl? What do you think of this? Just to see, right? What kind of perceptions you have on different people, and how you might treat different people, right? So she might ask, oh, maybe, what do you think of so and so? What do you think of so and so? Do you think she's pretty? Do you think she's what? Just to see how you would how you respond, in that situation, to test how you respond. If your eyes wander over, if you gawk at her, if you treat every woman like you treat her, right? So she wants to know, what kind of standard do you have? That's what she will use. This is the number 2 point. She's testing what kind of standard you have. That's why she might ask, oh, what do you think of so and so? What do you think of so and so? If you gawk at every lady, it shows your standards are very low, and you're not a high value man. A high value man has very high standards. High value man will say, okay, yeah, she's physically appealing, but I don't know, maybe I have to check if she has a good personality. I have to check. You have to show that these small things don't really impress you, right? A good body, you can be found anywhere, but if you're not amicable, there's nothing there. So when she asks your opinion about these other girls, she's testing your standard. What kind of standard do you have? What do you have? Do you just let in every girl who has a good body, or is she actually qualified to be in a special category for you to be attracted to her? So that's that. So learn how to, one, not gawk at every other girl, and just see that maybe that other lady, she's physically appealing, but I want to get to know you now, right? So you're saying your focus right now is on her, and it'll make her feel special in the moment. Number 3, she will test you by canceling, showing up late, even changing the date. Okay? If she does this, make sure you address it. Don't just suppress it, like, oh yeah, you don't make excuses for her. Do not do it. Do not make excuses for her. Okay? If she came late and you don't tolerate that, you should not tolerate that. Say it. Say, you know what? I understand you have duties and responsibilities. So do I. I am also a busy person, and wasting my time is really unacceptable. You create boundaries, because if you let it pass, oh, she's just 30 minutes late, or she's just 20 minutes late, she'll take you like, yeah, this is the person, yeah, I can come in late, and nothing will happen. You have to set boundaries, right? You have actually allocated time to meet this lady. This time cost you something, right? It's not like you are laying around doing nothing with your life. So if it cost you something, you have to show that it cost you something, right? So if she cancels, if she changes the date, if she shows up late, you have to address it. You don't just make it slide. You have to address, okay, what happened? This is not acceptable unless you have a good reason. right? So yeah, do that. um the last one is that she will test you if she changes or you change, right? If she notices that you're no longer consistent in certain things, because like I mentioned before, women's primal need is to feel secure. But if she notices as interacting with you later on that you get tend to change, you're no longer in your frame, you're no longer holding it down like you're supposed to, right? She will test you like, hey, what is going on? Are you still the same person that I was initially attracted to, right? Okay? When you start losing frame, you become complacent, Maybe before you are charming, you're witty, you're seductive. Now you're just more complacent, you're just blah, you're boring. No, she will have to say, what's going on? What's happening? Why aren't you the same person I was initially attracted to? So she will test. She will test to see, hey, what's changing. So you have to have your stuff on point at all times, because this is what makes her secure. Makes that's the stability she wants to have, constant stability emotionally and security. So if she noticed that you're kind of lagging in that area, she will test to check if you still have it. If you don't, you're rejected. She goes to find another lady. I mean, another man. So these are just a couple of things I wanted to share with you guys on the ways she will test you, so that when these tests come, you are ready and you don't caught off guard. As usual, I really appreciate your feedback on Twitter through the DMs, and keep staying tuned. It's at Guy Code Kenya on Twitter. And until next time, we shall talk soon.